All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts, Jim of all trades. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Guys, we're going to start the analysis pretty quick here. I'm going to say hello. I'm not going to spend a lot of time saying hello to you guys, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean I don't appreciate you. And it doesn't mean that I'm not glad you're here. I just want to get right into the analysis and see if we can make this quick work of what's going on in the charts. Guys, don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to share my friendly thoughts as an Elliott Wave analyst, as a market structure analyst, guys. And if you're honest with me and if I'm honest with you, that's the missing piece to a lot of people's understanding of the market is how does the market move? Not where is it going, not when is it going, but how is it going to get there? And that's what I am offering you here on YouTube, is a perspective from wave structure. How does the market move in waves? What do the waves look like? And what are some potential price movements that we can expect to see in the market? Now, the other thing I'm going to benefit you from is that I'm not a bull and I'm not a bear. I am neither. I am as balanced as I've ever been. I took a long position in XRP couple weeks ago, and I let it go at a small profit because I didn't like what the chart was showing me. So I got out, and it was a good thing I did because the market's been tumbling. The question is now a better time to get in? Is it now a better time? Are we getting ready to get a pump? We going to 130, 145. Guys, I've been calling 145 for a while. When I say call, I'm just like, hey, I see wave structure that's taking us there. I can see a means by which we can go there. We're going to talk about 145 tonight, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. But yeah, 145 is on the table, and it's a strong possibility. But how will we get there? If we're going there, how are we going to get there? So that's what we're going to look at tonight, guys. We need to talk. We need to talk about the crypto markets, of course. So welcome to the channel. Welcome. Just grab your coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy the analysis. I'm going to do a deep dive. That means we're going to jump in and we're going to look at everything we can possibly look at, and we'll just see how we can make an informed decision with the money that we have. Guys, if you don't know how to trade and you need to learn how to trade, even a spot trading strategy. If you don't have a strategy with defined rules and defined methodology for entry, for exit, for stopping, for taking profit, if you can't define that to somebody with a set of rules that somebody could take and apply blindly, they just do exactly what your rules tell them, then you got problems trading this market and you need to develop a strategy. I would encourage you to find a mentor. I'd be glad to be that guy, but I don't have to be that guy. Just find a guy who can teach you and teach you well. Don't leave yourself to your own emotions. Your emotions are going to kill you. You're going to lose money in this market. I'm telling you from experience, I've lost plenty of money in the market. I know I've learned really well how to lose money. And I've learned also how the market takes it from you. And I've also learned how to make money in the market, and I know how to overcome emotions. And if you're struggling with that, I would encourage you to come on into the Discord. You might even consider my highest tier if you want a mentorship for a month. I'd love to start teaching you how to trade one-on-one. If that's you, come on in. Otherwise, welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. Let me just say hi to everybody quick who's here. Say hello to everyone who said hello to me. I think we're going to have a small crowd tonight. It is the holidays. And what's up, Ricky Spanish? Hey, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, man. My good friend right there, buddy. Daniel L. Hey, buddy. Crypto Fever J. I had a fabulous Christmas. Got to see my daughter. She came into town. It was good. I had a good time with the kids and with the family, so it was great. Andrew Vegas Investments. Hello. My name is Andrew Vegas. You kill my crypto investments. Prepare to die. Edward. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, man. Really good to see you, man. Hey, Paul. Keith M. Always good. It's been good to have you in the Discord, brother. And good to see you. I'll get you a link chart here pretty soon, as fast as I can. There's Seth, my buddy, my pal, my Michigan friend. Good to see you, man, as always. Hey, Decrypto. Hello. Jim in the house. Merry Christmas. Hey, type that with Christ in that. Don't take Christ out of Christmas. Get that Christ right back in there, buddy. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you're well. All right, with that said, let's jump into the analysis. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just going to start deep diving into wave structure analysis. Okay, here we go. So as a wave structure analyst looking at the chart, we look for 5s and 3s. Okay, if you're brand new to wave structure analysis and Elliott wave theory, guys, it's just a theory that looks at the market from a lens of 5s and 3s. If you look at the market, you'll find 5s and 3s all over the place. What do you mean 5s and 3s? You'll see waves that have 5 waves in it, and you'll see waves that have 3 waves. And the character of those 3 waves is repeatable, and there's a myriad of different ways 3 waves can happen, but yet nevertheless they are repeatable patterns. And there are repeatable patterns of 5-wave moves, or 5s and 3s. We look for those, and we say, okay, how do those small time frame 5s and 3s build upon medium time frame to high time frame 5s and 3s? And then we try to predict, at least by wave structure, a plausible movement of the market. Where can we expect price to go based on that predictable movement with 5s and 3s? It's not always that simple because sometimes you're looking at something and you're like, is that 5? Is that 3? The market isn't always clear, and the market doesn't play by any rules. It's just we look at the market through a set of rules that keeps our analysis consistent and predictable, so that when we see what we know, what we understand, then we can make decisions, at least to have a tradable idea that is executed with appropriate entry strategy, with appropriate stop loss strategy, and appropriate take profit strategy. We don't trade wave structure blindly, and we don't trade this analysis blindly. What we do is we look at the market at all angles. We come up with a bearish and a bullish sentiment. We look at the wave structure, say, if it's a bull, this is what I would expect to see. If it's bearish, this is what I expect to see. And then we watch the market play out and we make our trading decisions like that. But don't think that if I give you an analysis tonight that's bullish or bearish, and you're like, oh, Jim, it didn't work out. Listen, I'm not here to tell you where the market's going. I'm here to tell you what the market could do if it's bullish, and what the market could do if it's bearish. Yeah, up or down, Jim. That's really good analysis, man. That's amazing analysis. When you can find a guy that's not tainted by his biases and give you an honest opinion up and an honest opinion down, you found a really amazing analyst. Stick with that channel. Well, you found one right here. So, hey, we're not bull boys, we're not bear boys, we're just looking at the wave structure. Let's see what we can see. All right, with that said, looking at this wave structure here, overall analysis, here's what I'm thinking. What I'm looking for in this macro look in the market, we have 3 pushes to the upside. That doesn't mean 3 waves. That actually means 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're in the 5th wave. If that's the 5th wave, we stand once this thing is finished, and that's the big question. Is it finished? Once that finishes, if that's 5 waves, guys, what we're looking at is potentially a multi-year bear market that's going to bring the market down and up and down. It's going to be 5 years of chop, okay, in a bearish bull flag, a bullish bear flag, however you want to call it. You know what I mean? It's going to be crazy times. Everybody's going to be looking for $1 million. Everybody's going to be looking for $1 million Bitcoin, but the market's going to spend 5 years in this flipping range. It's going to start off bullish, bearish probably, and then it's going to spend 2 or 3 years in a range fooling everybody for continuation and more downside until finally it takes everybody's money. When everybody thinks it's going to crash and finish a 3-wave move in about 5 years, more than likely, when Trump's presidency is over, and then we'll be all ready to rock for the next golden age of markets. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. That's the overall analysis with what this market looks like. We're probably in for a multi-year bear market. That's my guess. Now, that's not poo-poo in this bull market. That's just saying, hey, there's an end in sight, more than likely, based on the fact that we have 5 waves really showing on the screen, okay? And we have the divergence that we expect to see at the end of 5 waves, okay? Go to the weekly. Let's go to the monthly chart, and you can see massive monthly divergence happening, okay? You see a peak on the 3rd wave, and now you've got the divergence on this peak, and not just divergence, you have a double divergence working. That means we're in the 5th wave of the 5th wave. We have double divergence, more than likely, on the next break to the downside. You're going to see monthly RSI support start to break down. Hold on one second. Let me turn off my VPN real fast here. Sorry. Let me move that off the screen. There we go. Let me disconnect. I think I am disconnected. All right. I'm not connected, so we're good to go. All right, so we got double divergence on the monthly. That's saying something, guys. We got a wick up here. It doesn't mean it is definitely finished. It just, guys, I mean, you look at what we're seeing. I mean, we got a 5-wave structure in the 5th wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. You look at the 3rd wave, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the 3rd. And so, you know, if you looked at this wave structure, you'd probably see 5 waves to the upside with that one as well. In other words, guys, we are showing some major bearish signs right now on the macro chart. That's not to throw FUD at you. It's not to scare you. It's just to be realistic here. We could be at a top. We don't have to go to 130. We don't have to go to 140. We could. I see a way in which we could, but I don't know that we have to. Now, with that said, let's look at the small time frame. So, not small time. Let's go to the next level. Let's go down a little bit. So, we're looking at 5 waves on the monthly chart in this wave, and the question is it finished? I think there's a good chance it's finished. I think, but the question is there 5 waves in the 5th wave? In other words, in this 5th wave, do we have 5 waves? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Is that 5 waves? Is it finished? Well, certainly we got 5 waves there. It's very clear. The 4 doesn't overlap the 1. All the rules of Elliott make sense. We're looking great there as far as 5 waves. But is it finished? I'm not here to say it is or isn't, but I'm going to say, okay, we have some signs here. We have a 3rd wave peak. We have hidden bullish divergence for a 4th wave. We have another move to the upside for the 5th wave in the RSI, creating divergence here on the weekly chart locally, not just the overall monthly divergence. We've got the weekly divergence happening as well. We also have a weekly break of the local structure. You'll notice we've got a weekly break of the RSI. That's bad. That's not good. But here's the good news for you guys. Have you missed the top? Probably not. There's probably going to be another hit to the high, which could get us up to that 130, 140, 150 range if it wants to pump really high. Why do you say that, Jim? Well, I'm saying that because the first break usually isn't the break. There's usually a retest of the break that makes a lower peak on the RSI and creates another local divergence that we would expect to see, boom, between this peak and one more high. And then we see the drop, the first move down the top. Okay. Now, should you need to nail the top on the chart? Nah. If you got a mindset where you got to nail the top and you got to eke out every penny there is to be made in the market, then you're not going to make any money in this market, guys. This money is designed to feed on your greed. You either get control of your greed or the market will get control of your account. One of the two will happen, okay? I'm just saying, you're going to have to ask yourself, when is enough enough? As a wave structure analyst, we're seeing the potential signs of a potential market top. I'm just letting you know. I said that the last live stream I had. Now, are we at the top? I'm not here to say yes or no. I'm here to show you the wave structure. You make your own decisions, okay? Now, with that said, we go down to the daily chart. We've done the monthly. We've done the weekly. We're seeing the divergences. Now, what we're starting to see is a move to the downside with hidden bullish divergence, and that's good news for you bulls. In other words, when you see this move down on the daily, but it's producing hidden bullish divergence, it's letting you know that, hey, this move right here could be a corrective wave. It could be a flat of some kind, expecting one more wave to the high. And it could be a fast and furious wave, getting everybody super excited, topping out at 130, 140, 150, something like that. It could be an extended 5th wave, which I'm predicting it will be. If we get a 5th wave, it'll be an extended 5th, where 145, 150 is really in sight. Okay. And then we're going to see the crash of a lifetime. It's going to go up, play around a little bit, and then dump. Okay. And it's going to dump hard and fast. It's going to retest it and probably, continue to the downward side. That's the way crypto likes to move. That's the way she likes to move. Okay. So this is just macro analysis, looking at the chart on the monthly, weekly, and daily, saying, hey, this is kind of the wave structure I'm seeing. Be careful here. I don't know that I'd be taking any long-term long holds here I don't like to trade the fifth wave. It's a very scary wave. Why is it scary? Because a lot of times when you're looking at this as a wave 4 and you're expecting one more high, the market has a way of keep dumping on you, and it becomes what we call an is what it is wave. It is what it is. It doesn't have clear wave structure. It looks like it's missing a wave. It looks like it's missing the last wave, but it is what it is. It comes down, it takes you out, and you were expecting one more. You were like telling yourself, I'm going to get one more hit to the high, then I'm going to take my profit. And you wait for it, and you wait for it, and you wait for it, and it never comes. And all the market does is it dumps. It starts to go up, and you're like, oh, here it comes. And like, nope, and it goes down. And before you know it, you have held your money all through this stuff, and you're like, oh, crap, I just need to pull back and get out. And then all of a sudden, you never get the pullback you want. And then finally, you can't take it anymore, and it's just going down. And you're convinced that this movement, that crypto is just going down forever, and then you end up selling down here because you held too long. And that's what crypto likes to do to people. Okay, that's just what it does. It will hold you in that trade. You'll be psychologically held to your money on every pullback, thinking, oh, okay, I'm getting my pullback, and then it'll just take you out, and you'll sit there in unbelief. It's a fake out, it's a fake out, because you don't have any strategy, because you don't have a way to trade, and that's your problem. You don't know how to trade this market, and you got greed, you got fear, you got hope, all clouding your judgment, and that's your problem. That's why you don't make any money in this market. Now, some of you are making money, and somehow you're either lucky or you found a way to overcome your emotions, and you've got a strategy. Maybe you can't articulate it, but you got one in your head and you execute it, and you're making money. I'm glad you do, but a lot of you out there, in fact, the majority of you out there, are losing money trying to trade this market. Guys, don't try to trade this market without a strategy. Again, get a mentor. I'm telling you what, it's worth your weight in gold, okay? I tell you, my $40 a month in my Discord is worth having to learn how to read wave structure, to have a community of traders who are not bull boys and bear boys. We're just realists in the market. We've got a really good community here. So if you want to be part of that, I invite you to come on in. Okay. All right. With that said, that's kind of where we are in the monthly, on the weekly, and the daily. Okay. Now what's the good news for the bulls? Well, the good news here is on the 4-hour chart, it looks like we're playing with a flat. It really does. Okay. Let me show you what I'm talking about. A flat is a 3-wave structure just right there. There's a flat right there. That's a flat where you have 3 waves to the downside. Boom, right there. Let's see if we can get it right there. Boom, 3 waves to the downside. Then you got 3 waves back that takes that high out, but you don't get 5. You expect in 5 in continuation, but you don't get it. You get 3, and then you get a rejection taking out stops. And so that's what we call this particular type of flat. There's 3 kinds. This particular one's called a running flat, where the C wave does not take out the end of the A wave like you expect it. Normally in a 3-wave move, you got an A, you got a B, and you got a C. And you look for C to come down lower to the 1-to-1 or the 1-6-1-8 extension of the A wave. But when you get a C wave that doesn't go lower than the A wave, that's truncated. Well, in this case, you get a C wave that's as long as the A wave. However, it doesn't take that low out, surprises everybody, and starts moving back to the upside because everybody's looking for lower numbers. They were looking for this to pull back maybe and hit one more time, take that low out, and then go on to the moon. And that's kind of what you expect. But with a running flat, no, it doesn't take that low out. In fact, it preempts the target and shoots back up. Pulled back and continued, and all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I'm missing it. It took that low, and it's here. That's what's going on here. We got 3 waves down now we got 3 waves to the upside, took the high out. What happened again? Boom, 5 waves to the downside again. In other words, I mean, you got a potential larger flat happening here. So what you might have going on is a 3-3-5. In which case, this structure right here is a really big 4th wave of a C, maybe. I don't know about that, though, but it could be. I just don't like this wave structure right here. I don't like it at all because it's not what I would expect. Well, I guess it is what I expect. I need it to finish a 5-wave move to the downside. I need it to come, finish, and then give me a V shape somewhere back in the range, then flag out for 3 and then go, or a little 3 and then go. Okay, that's what I want to see. That's good news for the bears if this is a big old flat. All right, excuse me, that's good news for the bulls. Excuse me. Now, Here's the bad news for the bulls. And you go back on the daily and just kind of look at the previous tops, okay? Look at the previous tops. And what you're going to notice is that you have a similar wave structure 2 other times. Right here, boom, and right here, boom. You got the same wave structure of what's going on right here. In fact, when I was back in the day calling this area right here as what I was warning everybody, hey, wave structure saying down here. I didn't know how far it was going to go, but it had the look of a flat. Okay, let me show you what I was seeing way back there, and I'll explain to you what's going on right now. So I was seeing, let me remove my drawings there. What I was seeing here is the same thing that I was, seeing here. I wasn't, but it's a very, very common structure at the top of Bitcoin, where you get impulse. It takes out a previous high. Okay, you get 3-wave pullback, a 3-wave that takes the high out, boom, and then you get 5 waves down. That looks like a flat. Okay, now in this case, it actually wasn't. This was a top here. Okay, so we're gonna look at this as some kind of diag, or it's just or it's an is what it is wave, is what that is. Just could be is what it is. In other words, you get the notion that this is a 3-wave move, took the top and then came down. It kind of gives you the impression, here we go again, we're going up, because that's a flat structure. That's beautiful, but it just pulled back and then rolled over and continued down. Okay, that's what happened. Well, look at this move. It's the same move. It's the same exact move. Okay, you got a high, took out this. You had a potential high here, pulled back, took it out. Then you had a pullback. It was 3 waves. Boom. Then you had this 3-wave move that took the high out. Boom. You're expecting 5 waves down. This kind of looks like a flat. Boom. Even right here, looks like it's about finished. It gave you a small pullback and just rolled over and kept going. In other words, I look at this wave and I'm like, okay, 3 down, 3 up. I'm looking for 5. So that dump was expected. And we were in on that dump. We were taking profit on long, seeing that dump, looking for more entry. But the market never gave us another entry. It was just down, down, down. Okay. And, all of a sudden, you're looking at this as a flat. You say, nope, that's not a flat anymore. You're just looking at that as a top. And then all of a sudden you say, okay, that is what it is. Elliot, doesn't matter. Okay, now with that said, I mean, that's what you've got going on right now. Okay, that's exactly what's going on right now in the market. Where if I just zoom in just a little bit to show you. Okay, well, what did we start with? Well, we got this clear and present 3-wave move right there. There's your flat, 3 waves. And then you got this clear 3-wave that took the high, and you're like, all of a sudden, boom, down we go. We got this little pullback, and we're not showing any sign or structure that says, hey, I'm getting ready to go up. Now, could the market go up? Yes, but what's happening in this wave right here is not wave structure that I look at and say, oh yeah, that's 3-wave corrective. That looks like it's getting ready just to shoot on up. It's not giving me that impression at all. In fact, it's giving me more the impression, hey, I'd rather dump. I'd rather come and take that low out at least. So I'm looking for another hit to the low. Now, how low is it going to go? I don't know, but I'm looking for another level down. Now it could stop and then go up from there. And this could indeed be a flat and go up. Now, I think there's a lot, and here's the other bad news for the bulls, just to give you some balanced, look, I think a lot of people right now, and I think too many people are looking at that wave structure, and I pointed to it as well and said, hey, that's kind of what we want to see, is a flat structure, boom, that gets ready for the next move. And I think a lot of people are pointing to that wave structure and then saying, wow, this looks just like that. The market's getting ready to do the same thing. It's going to go down, and then it's getting ready to go back up and then make all-time highs and go higher, and that's what we need to see. I think too many people see that, and I think the market makers know that. Why do you think they're making the same exact structure? Guys, when you see the same exact structure playing out, don't expect the same end to take place. In other words, yeah, we got the same structure playing out, but I got this thing in the back of my mind saying, guys, I really don't like the market right now. I've got something in the back of my mind. I got my spidey senses yelling at me. We might have just made a market top. Now, Jim, you might be saying, well, Jim, the other way could be true. That structure that you saw at the previous two tops, well, it looks just like that now. Well, how do you know it's not just going to pump and go on up? And you say, I don't know. In fact, I don't know anything. I'm not here to tell you what I know. I'm here to say, hey, guys, I see stuff that's alarming, and I'm sharing it with you. I also see potentials for more upside. I can't give you, nobody knows what's going to happen. It just depends on what the majority of retail traders believe is going to happen. So what do you think everybody thinks? Where do you think everybody thinks the market's going? We spent time at 100K. We got zero rejection at 100K, guys, which is super surprising for me. In fact, we didn't even really get much initial rejection at 100K. I kind of believe that this is a false security, that we've developed some kind of a base and that we're getting ready. You know, people think, hey, we're getting ready to go up. I think it's much more likely that there's more downside coming here based on the wave structure and the the way Bitcoin likes to top out, plus looking at the macro 5 waves and all the divergences and the breaks of the structure. By the way, you can look at the 2-day chart. If you look at the 2-day chart right here, right there, you got a break of structure there, and there's all kinds of room on the 2-day for downside. Now, could this pull back and create a lower high in the RSI and a higher high in price? You better believe that's exactly what could happen. But what you've also got going on is you have a move down. You've got divergence here. Now that could be caused by the flat, because divergences can be caused by flats. Running flats and expanded flats and running flats create the same kind of divergence. But we have a break of structure. We need to see this hold. Now I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit on the 3-day, and I'm going to draw a line that really needs to hold for the bulls, okay? The RSI really needs to hold right here at this RSI on the 3-day. Okay, the momentum really needs to hold that trend line and have a little bit of a bounce here on the 3-day. Okay, that's going to give the bulls their final move to the upside. That's going to give you your chance to take profit and everything you're wishing. But that's the thing, is the market going to preemptively just dump here and not give you any chance to get out? I think it's highly likely. Something I say all the time, guys, and I'm going to say it again. I say it every live stream. I know a lot of you are looking for 150K and 200K and $1 million Bitcoin. I know you're all looking for that, you bulls especially, okay? I know you guys are excited about bull markets and how Bitcoin's been going up. But here's the thing. The market will go where you expect it to go. So I believe Bitcoin's gonna crack 100, whatever the high was, 105, 107. Okay, it's gonna get past that. Okay, I think Bitcoin is going way beyond that. But how is it gonna go there? How is it going there? The market goes where you expect it to go, just not in a way you expect it. So, guys, listen. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm just offering a warning right now. A top might be in, and you need to be ready for that potentiality, okay? It is what it is. Okay, now if a top is in, that means the rest of the market, the rest of the coins, altcoins especially, are going to show the same kind of finishing structure. We should see some kind of finished looking structure that is being made on the charts as well. So let's now, as we've looked at that, we've got bullish, we've got bearish ideas, okay? What's the bullish idea? We need to see a fifth wave develop up here and a pump. The bearish ideas we put in the top, it's kind of a is what it is top, and we're getting ready we're putting in the first wave. We're going to see a retest of 70K pretty soon. In the coming months, we're going to see a retest of that. I don't know how long it's going to take to get there, and we could get a retest of the top before we get there. For sure, we could get a retest of 105K or whatever. I'll show you that on the small time frame as well. But nevertheless, we might be in for a ride to the downside with that hit to the 150K not coming anytime soon. Now, I'm not here to say what is or is not going to happen. Again, I just want to reiterate to you, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to take a breath, take a drink, and see what you guys are saying in the chat. You guys are listening. Not a whole lot of, let's see. I'm going to reload my chat here and see what There we go. All right. Man, my chat is not scrolling. That's because you guys haven't been talking. Y'all been listening. Yeah. We have bearish divergence. I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. Edward Park, absolutely. We got bearish on the weekly. We got bearish on the monthly. We have double divergence on the monthly and the weekly. We got, double on the monthly, not double on the weekly. Joseph Douglas, 150 will come in 6 months. I hope you're right for your sake. I hope you get what you want. But just saying, it doesn't have to happen that way. Just saying. What else? Yeah, 786, new low on the... All right, lots of bulls in the chat. I hope for your sake. I hope that's right. I hope that's right. I haven't seen any comments that are jumping out and needing my attention right yet. What's up, Chemo? Good to see you. Okay. All right. That said, if we get a hit down to 80, 70K, that's going to feel super deep for me. I'll tell you what. We could go hit the high at one more time, but, man, that's going to feel awful deep. Awful deep. Okay. Looking at small time frame on Bitcoin to give you guys a little bit of hope here. I don't want to give false hope, but you could have this going on right here, an ABC, where you got a 5, 3, 5 working right there with an ending a triangle or a flat with an ending diag in there. 5, 3, 5 done. And now or a 3, yeah, I don't know, some kind of 3 wave. Let's just say it that way. And then you got a W wave here, a flat in the middle, and an X wave here. One more hit to the low. Take this low out. I think that's real plausible. And then watch this. That whole thing becomes an A, B, C. Retest. Okay, retest of this initial move down. So this is some kind of an initial wave down. Boom. We get a retest. 786, whatever. Goes up fast, furious, boom. Gets everybody real bullish. Plays around. Pulls back. Everybody thinks it's correction. And then boom. Okay. And that may take a lot longer and a lot different shape, but you get the idea. That this could be just a 3-wave. Okay. So if you get something here, it doesn't want to take that top out. Okay. Then, be careful. Be careful. Okay. Consider taking your profit. Consider, it could keep pumping, but I'm just saying that watch out for that move right there. That could be the beginning of sorrows. All right. So that's something that could play, over the next couple of days into the new year, right? New year pump. New year pump. We dump between tonight, tomorrow, maybe. And then we pump up the jams here. The first several days, first week of the new year. Maybe it takes a lot longer to pump up those jams. In other words, this comes down for one more wave, takes that low, then boom, pulls back. Takes a long time here. Creates 5 waves. Pumping up the jams, getting everybody excited and bullish again. And it just takes us time into the inauguration. Ready for the 3rd wave to start dumping after the inauguration. All right, what's the inauguration got to do with anything? I don't know. Markets are fickle. I don't know. It depends on how you see Trump. It depends on how you see the market seeing Trump. What's going to happen? I don't know. All right. So there you go. That's another potential move here, where it takes a long time. This pump doesn't happen this week, but it takes a while to develop during this slow holiday time. And then after the new year, we start pumping up the jams. Boom. And then off to the races we go, getting everybody excited. Here we go, 130. Here we go, baby. And we finish that top out. And then on we go back to the downside. Okay, so watch out. Watch out for that. That's real wave structure potential. Okay? All right, so let's look at the rest of the market. Let me show you another chart that's scary bearish here, but has a bullishness right now. And this is what makes Ethereum a little harder. Ethereum's a little harder, but really bearish. I've been talking about Ethereum for a while, explaining to you that I look at the Ethereum chart and it scares me half to death. Now, what was so scary? Why was I scared? I was scared of the Ethereum chart right here at that pump, at the top of that pump. Why was I scared? Well, because this wave structure that I see here, okay, is not a typical bullish wave structure. In fact, it's more of a corrective structure. It's more corrective. You have an A wave here and what looks like a potential triangle here. It may not be a triangle, but it looks potential. B wave, or just some ratty wave as a B wave, and then C. Now the C took this top out, so we got 3 waves to the downside, very clearly WXY. It's a beautiful wave structure. 3 waves, boom. And I suppose we could pump up the jams here for one more wave, and I would love that for everybody. I want that for everybody. I do. I want the market to give everybody that. I want the market to give everybody that final pump. I want that. Okay, I'm not here, but let me just tell you, even though it looks like that could be a real possibility, it doesn't have to happen. In fact, this could be a top of Ethereum. Now, what you could see is another pump here, retesting. Okay, this top looks very similar to that right there. Okay, this is the way Ethereum likes to top out. Okay, you get a 3-wave back to the upside, like I was just talking in Bitcoin, and then it just starts working its way down. And what that becomes, okay, is the Y wave of a multi-year big time bear market. In other words, what you've got here is a WXY, where here's the W wave, there's the X wave, and now we're making the Y wave. Okay, what's that going to look like? I don't know, but some idea. It needs to be 3 waves. So we've got 3 down, and we've got 3 up. Okay. What are we going to get here? Well, we could get a really fast and furious dump. Okay, and that could be 5. In other words, 3, 3, 5. It's an ABC for the Y wave. So that's if the market wants to come down fast and furious right now. Okay. And if she does, I mean that would take probably about a year to 2 years to play out, but that's fast. Then you see a bottom form where you start to get another pullback and then a reset, and that's going to be that price action right there can take another 2 years. So this move comes down during Trump's first 2 years of presidency. Then you see a little bit of a rebound, but nothing major. And we just go into accumulation mode until eventually it just starts to work its way up. And then after he's gone, and they're ready to pull the switch on the crypto world, and whatever's going to happen between now and the end of Trump's presidency and how things are going to play out, I have no idea. I just know that some calamity is coming. Something is coming, guys. A war, a virus, some kind of something is coming. It's a black swan. All the market's going to tank. They're probably going to tank fast. They're going to come and revisit these lows. There's going to be a time when Trump's gone. He'll be blamed for all of it, probably. And then boom, we'll have a time of accumulation for a couple of years, and eventually the dollar dies and everything pumps into crypto. But we need all this time for the rest of adoption to take place, and for the new crypto universe to take form with AI to catch up. Just we're in the infancy stages, right? So we're not going to go straight up forever. We're going to see a pretty harsh correction. And Ethereum, I look at Ethereum and I'm bearish as you know what. I look at that chart and it's very scary. All my spidey senses, guys, on the wave structure is just screaming at me. Okay. Now there's one other. That's the very bearish scenario from the wave structure. Here's a practice you need to do. However you look at the market, if you start getting bullish, really bullish, you need to look at the market and say, okay, let me flip my eyes upside down and intentionally look at it from the opposite direction. So when I look at Ethereum, I get real bearish. Let me look at it and try to get real bullish. Okay, if I'm getting real bullish, I'm going to go backwards in time a little bit. And I'm going to say, oh man, Ethereum's about to pump up the jams. It's about to go and make all-time highs, $7,000 to $10,000. Here we come. Okay, that's what we're expecting. We've got a 1-2-1-2 working, or we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and some kind of a 5. Okay, some kind of a fifth wave that's just going to take the top off. And so we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is wave 5. Okay, and that's the bullish look. That this isn't bearish at all, Jim. What you were seeing here was just the market revving up for a big bullish breakout. So yeah, I mean, could that happen? Absolutely, it could happen. And then all of a sudden, you've got the same shape on the Ethereum chart as you have on the Bitcoin chart. That Bitcoin's going to top out. People are going to start selling off and then pump it into the Ethereum. And then we're going to have we're going to have an alt season where the alts just have a chance to finish up their wave while Bitcoin dominance tanks and Bitcoin's finding its top. Now that's the other scenario, guys, and that's what the bulls are hoping for. Now I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I don't know. But I know the top is very soon, if not imminent, or it's already been put in, or there's one more pump coming. But I would find it hard to believe to see as much more than one more pump coming, that you really need to be considering taking profit in the market if you get that final pump to the high. Don't let your greed let you hold on to Bitcoin forever. Forever. Learn to take profit, okay? And then wait for pullbacks to buy in again at lower levels, okay? Now, so that's your bullish scenario, guys. And that's something I do all the time. I make myself look bullish at the chart. And I try to stay as even keel as I can, ready to trade both scenarios. Okay? So yeah, there's my thoughts on the alt season to answer your question. We could get an alt season, but that's usually going to happen when Bitcoin is finding its top, and there's a sell-off from Bitcoin into other things, and that sell-off begins to pump other coins up for a little while until everything pumps out of the alts into something more stable, God forbid, stable coins, or even the US dollar or some other currency. Okay. So, or gold and silver even. We could see that happen. I don't know. But I do know that we're in unprecedented times historically. And I think things are not as they seem. I do not think while I have hope for Trump, I don't see necessarily. I just see him as a piece of the game, as a piece of the show. To be honest with you, he's just a showman. I pray he's telling the truth, and I pray I voted for the guy. Even who else do you vote for? But nevertheless, I mean, what am I? I don't know. And here's the best case for Trump. He's telling the truth. He's a real patriot, and he's going to try to do what he says he's going to do. And they're just that's the best case. But maybe the powers that be that really run the puppet strings, they have complete control over that in other ways. They have a plan to stalemate him with another virus or something coming out that's just going to make it so that he can't accomplish anything that he's planning on doing. I don't know. That's the best case. That's Trump's a patriot case. If he's a part of the plan, they could just be biding the time for 4 years. They might have a market crash and they might crash the markets and blame it on him. So that, as Kimosabi said in a chat we had one night, they're going to blame it on Trump. So no real conservative constitutional candidate can get elected in the next term because everybody's going to blame the economy on. Hey, you got what you wanted with Trump, and look, the market's crashed, and everything's his fault, right? So I don't know. I mean, so they blame some catastrophe on him. That may be the case. I don't know. Worst case is that he's part of the show. He's playing the game. He's doing his part, and he's going to bring in crypto. And guys, I don't see crypto as our solution to some kind of patriotic world where we have free access to transactional purchasing apart from government. What I actually see it as the means by which we are enslaved. You guys remember the movie dang, what's the name of the movie? It's the movie with Dick Van Dyke and Julie Andrews, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. There it is. I couldn't get it out. And remember the guy with the nose calling the little kids, "Hey, come get your candy." The lollipops and the candy, and they entice you into the trap, and then all of a sudden, boom, everything flips, and all of a sudden, the candy house turns into their prison, right? And they get entrapped. Well, it's just a snare. The promise of freedom. Patriots love freedom, and so people are just chasing after freedom or the promise of it. But really, it's a way that we're finally ensnared, going to a digital economy, with not the guys. Digital economy and digital assets are not real assets. I don't care how you can't tell me they're real assets. They're not real assets. But yet we as a community, we are embracing it as real assets. We're buying and selling it like crazy. As speculating that, hey, whatever, it's digital, it's a new age, it's a digital world, and it's as real of an asset as we're going to have. And it just isn't. It's not real. And but yet we've been duped to believe that it is, and we've bought hook, line, and sinker because we believe that's where we're going. And it's just another way to take your money, turn your money on and turn it off. If you don't toe the line, you don't take the mark of the beast, which this is the precipice for the beast's system. I'm convinced of it. That doesn't mean I'm not a trader, but that's why I don't hold a lot of it. I just buy it and sell it, get rid of it, because I am a Christian, and I see things shaping up right now that are not good. That are not good. How things are going to exactly play, I don't know, but I just know something. The markets are ready. Wave structure on the charts are pointing to a major crash coming soon to a chart near you this decade. When it's going to play, I don't know. It could be this year. 2025 is a big time year. So anyway, all right, that's what I think. But I'm just navigating this world the best I can, right? All right. So how are we doing in the chat? How are you guys doing? Let me know you're still here. Y'all, there's 68 of you listening. Man, what a appreciate you guys listening. All right, let's look at XRP now. I'll see how you guys are doing in the chat. Famous last words, Decrypto. Famous last words. All right, let me look at XRP with you guys. I've looked at Ethereum. I've given you the bullish outlook. I've given you a bearish outlook. Let's look at XRP and do the same thing. Okay. Now, my bullish outlook, just looking at this wave structure right here. Looking at what's going on right in here, I would really, really, really I know you guys don't see it now. I know you guys don't. I'm just gonna stop because I was reading the comments. I know some of you are struggling to understand what I'm saying. And here's the thing: you don't have to understand now how in the world Bitcoin and the crypto market could crash or whatever, because the crash is always preempted by some black swan event that takes everybody by surprise. Except the chart usually predicts it in advance. The chart shows it that it's coming, okay? That crash is coming. And I'm just telling you, as a guy who looks at the charts, there's a crash coming. It's showing me, okay? Now, where the exact top is, I can't tell you that, but I'm seeing wave structure that's alarming right now. And if we get another pump to the high, that's fantastic. That'll give you a chance to take your profit. But the chances are you're not going to take your profit. You're going to be euphoric at all the money you think you're making until they tank it one day because there's bird flu or some war that happens. There's some exchange or group of exchanges that get hacked or something. All of a sudden, maybe credit cards stop working. There's an EMP that happens, or some global something that happens, or local something that threatens society in some way that you can't see right now, but it's coming, and the charts are saying it. I'm just letting you know. I'm not saying jump out of the market right now. I'm simply saying I'm giving fair warning at this level on the chart. Fair warning. The wave structure I'm seeing is not looking good, but there is one good scenario, and I've given you the hope that the bulls have, but I'm also showing you what the bears are looking at, okay? And I'm not a bull or a bear. I'm looking at both sides as evenly as possible. I'm just saying, fair warning, it's a serious time in history right now. So, all right. Now, that said, looking at this wave structure right here, listen, 2 other times in this move to the upside, we've had this sideways consolidation that looks triangular. Sideways consolidation looks triangular. Okay, for you chartists who don't pay attention to wave structure and 5s and 3s, and you're just calling that a bull flag, fine. You could have a major bull flag on your head. It's sideways. It looks like it needs to go down, but it just pops to the upside and keeps going. There's the bullish outlook, guys. There it is. That's what you're looking for. That's exciting. There's the bullish count, and I could see it going up to $5 and even $10 XRP going and hitting those highs. Okay, now that's just looking at this current wave structure. That's not looking at the macro chart, looking at any other wave structures. Just kind of looking at the macro. I mean the micro here, or the medium time frame here, the 2-hour, 4-hour chart. Now, what I would like to see if this is going to be bullish is I need to see this thing, this bottom hold right here. I need to see that hold. It needs to hold from a wave structure standpoint. We got a wave 1 and we got some kind of complex wave 2. That I would love to see a break of this to the upside, right in this range. We could go hit the low one more time, retest this low, but not break it. And I'd like to see a break back to the upside. That would be lovely. And I would get a little bit more bullish, but I wouldn't say we're out of the woods or real bullish until we break this level here and hold it. When we break that, I'm going to say, ooh, that looks better. I wouldn't be, that doesn't mean I wouldn't be long in this, but I would be really leery of a move back down to the downside because we've seen that 3 waves take out highs before and then lows come in again. So you got to watch out for that potential. All right. Now, with that said, we could see a nice pumpy pump, to the upside. And I would love that for all of you XRP enthusiasts, for all of you who are holding XRP. I would absolutely love to see that wave structure for you and for me and for anybody else. I would like to see that pump. That would be fantastic. And that would be great. And I think there's a possibility and a real plausible wave that could be coming to an XRP chart near you. Okay? So yeah, that could be what's in the cards for XRP. All right? So there's your bullish look. That's what I'm looking for. That's what you need to see in the small time frame. You need to see right here, that low, hold. Okay? That's what you need to see. Now, let's look at this wave structure and say, what do we got here? What's going on here? Okay, let's look at it small time frame. And then we'll talk about the bearish count in just a moment. Right now, I'm dealing with bullish count, guys, starting with bulls. Okay, what I've got clearly, what jumps out at me clearly is 3 waves right there. Boom. Okay, there's 3 waves. Okay, and I look at that as an A wave. There's your 3-wave pullback, B, and a C. There's ABC. Okay, then you have a clear 3-wave move there. Okay, clear 3 waves. Boom. Now what do you got? Well, we need to see 3 waves back down to take that low. You say, is 3 waves done? Could be. Could be. But I have a sneaky suspicion we got another low coming. We'll see. We'll see if that happens or not. But what we got going on is boom, boom, boom. 3 waves. Boom, boom, boom. 3 waves. Now what do we got? 3, 3, 3. There's 3 waves. It's truncated. It's not as low as you expected it. I expected lower. But that's a potentially done wave. In other words, you've got a W, ABC, ABC back up, and now you got a WXY as your Y wave. Boom, boom, boom. 3 waves. It could be finished. So that 3 waves could be done. I imagine they could sneak one more hit to the low, and it would be fine. It would be just fine. Okay? Then all of a sudden you got boom, boom, and then 5 waves right there to finish. And then let's go. Let's go. Let's pump up the jams. Okay? So that's what I would love. I would love for this thing to hold and for us to go on up. I'm rooting for that. I'm ready for a long. I'm looking for a long entry. I'm looking for a reason to go long. Right now I don't have a reason to go long yet. Okay? But weekends are all about trapping. Okay, so Sunday's a trap day. Sunday into Monday is usually a trap day, and you get the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday reversal, midweek reversal at some point. Now, we are at the end of the year, so we have an end-of-the-year candle to create. In other words, I think there's a good chance price stays in this range, okay, until the end of the year, until the end of the year candle and the end of the month candle are created. More than likely, price is going to stay in that range. And then next year and the first month, we're going to resolve this correction. Maybe. Okay? So that's probably a good likelihood. Now, how could this play out if it's bullish? If it's bullish, we need to see that low hold. I don't think it's going to. In fact, looking at the 8-hour, you can see that's only a wick, and we are now closing candles inside that wick. Usually means that whole wick is going to get taken out. Usually, when that happens, not always, but usually. Okay, the 4-hour. You got an engulfer. Now we're retesting the 50% mark of that engulfer. That's a lot of time what happens. You get a retest of 50 to 60% of an engulfer, and then boom. So, there's I'm looking at this bullishly. I'm looking at this as corrective, guys, and I'm expecting a move up, some kind of move up, back bullish. We got a 5. We got a 3. 3 may or may not be finished, and then we get a 5. Okay. Could pull back and continue on, right? That would be ideal and bullish, and love it, love it, love it. Okay? What is the bearish count here? What could be the bearish idea here? Well, here's something that chart that I just drew with a slight change, okay? First off, you've got a 3-wave move, boom, 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 right there. Now, we're going to call this a 3-wave move as well, right there. Now what? We're going to call this A. Now we're going to look at this as B, C. Okay, and that becomes a W, X, Y correction. Retests this pump Now this is also a bullish look. If this wants to get a V shape and go, it could. Okay, or that's the beginning of sorrows, where we have a time over the next several months of corrective movement back to the upside, maybe even retesting, followed by more downside. You say, what would the wave structure be if that's the case? Okay, let's zoom out and just talk about the bearish scenario here. On the weekly chart, okay, let me go to the Binance. I think that's going to be a better chart here. On the weekly chart, what do we got here? And this is what I presented last week as a scary chart for XRP. What we have here is an initial move. We have the first wave down, and what all of this is a three-wave correction back to the upside. We need another wave down. Okay? Boom, boom, boom. And we get the fast and furious move over the next 2 to 3 years. Who knows the exact wave shape, but it could do the very same thing that XRP's been doing. Okay, just like that over the next 4 or 5 years, until Trump is out of there, and then we have an accumulation event, accumulation before XRP actually takes off. I know you want it to happen now. I really do. I know you guys want it to happen now. But I'm just here to tell you, you could get a repeat event here of that wave right there. And that's the C wave or the Y wave or whatever. And then all of a sudden you got all this profit in the books, but it's not really, it's just on paper. And they take it all back from you. Okay? That's the bearish look. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a bear. I'm not trying to sound like this. I'm just telling you. That could play. That could play. And it could take the next 4 years for that to play out. Thank you, Ryan Lewis, man. Appreciate the coffee. Let me know if there's a chart I can look at for you. All right, Ryan Lewis, since you gave the super chat, I'm gonna do you first on the total chart, and we'll definitely take care of it. And I'll look at your USD for you as well. Love to look at that. Love to look at that for you. All right, guys, I'll take your requests. I've gone over Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP as promised in the title. Go ahead and send me your requests. Super chats take precedence in the order in which they're shared, so or gone over. So if you would like to see a particular chart, let me know. I'll go ahead and go through your requests. I'll look bullish or bearish at it. I'll look both ways and just give you my unbiased opinion as to what the wave structure is saying. Now, again, I'm not here to declare one thing over the other. I'm just here to do my best to look at the wave structure. What's it saying? I want to look at the small time frame on XRP because I'm looking to trade some of this. I like to trade XRP a lot. I was short today for a lot of that move, not all of it, but a lot of it. And now I'm looking for I'm trying to figure out what it's going to do now. It's kind of an interesting trend line holding right now. I want to see how this is going to play. I was looking at XRP another way, a small time frame. Like, okay, what if we got a flat working right here, where this is A, B, and now we're getting ready to get C to the upside, and this is some kind of a W. That's the X wave, and then we get the Y wave. Something like that. That would be nasty, but possible. Real possible. And that what that does is buy time for the market to just kind of range here. Up, down, up, down, up, down. All right. Let me look at small time frame Ethereum as well. Five-minute chart. Man, I don't understand this. The only thing that jumps out at me is, I got a clear 3 waves there. I got clear 3 there. So what's this? I don't have a clear anything there. This is just trash. But it kind of resembles 3. But I don't know. What if this is 5? And that's a leading wave, a 3-wave pullback, and this is continuation. Yeah. I hate this wave structure. I hate it. Oh, it's ugly. So ugly. But this could also be, and this is why I think kind of a dump's coming tonight. W right there. That's your X wave right there. And now we're getting Y. And Y is going to be a flat. And that right there is part of a larger W, X, Y. So all that's corrective. So this is bullish. This is actually bullish. But we get a dump here on Ethereum. And then a pump. But what that creates is a bigger corrective structure, which means later on we're going, and this pump may take longer than I've got drawn, but later on we're going down. But that would be, or we just, or this is a big 1, 2, and we're getting ready to go, and we're just making a base here. We're just, it's a big 1, 2. And we're getting ready to pump up and do that last big wave. So, yeah. So I'm looking for a long. I'm looking for a long here. I think there's a good chance we're going to retest highs here. So I think a long on the small time frame is good. But just realize we could just get a retest of the high and then a dump. So just realize if things seem to be stalling out and not going to take the high, and it's just kind of feigning like it's getting ready to go, and it's just not going, and then you start to see lower levels, diagonal trend lines to the downside getting broken, then, yeah, you need to be out of the market. Okay. All right. So let's, now that you guys have had a chance to get your requests in, here we go. All right. So we're going to do total chart. Now, Ryan Lewis, what is the, what is the exact chart name? I need the chart names, by the way. Total market cap, is that what you want? We'll do it. It's the same as Bitcoin. I'm just looking at that. That is the same as Bitcoin. And you've got 5, on the macro, you got 5 waves here. The question is the 5th done, or do we get that one more pump? That's always the question for us. Is it done, or is it one more pump? Is it done, or is there one more pump? I mean, it looks like one more pump's coming. Looks like another pump is coming. Right? I mean, that's the way it looks. So I think that pump is plausible. I think it could come, guys. It really could. And what it's going to do is create divergence right here on the weekly. It's going to create divergence. When we get that pump, it's going to make a lower high here. And then it's going to, and then break. And you can see the crypto market fall. You can see death to a lot of altcoins. A lot of the markets are gonna fall. So yeah. So I'd like to see that Trump pump, Eric. I really would. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. But there's total. I hope that helps, Ryan. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to go in order in which they were given. Your USD is next. I love trading the forex, guys. I used to trade it. I don't trade it much anymore. I don't trade it all anymore. It doesn't mean I'm against it. I just haven't traded it in a while. So let's look at your USD here. And what am I seeing? Well, I'm seeing a corrective wave that looks like the euro is getting ready to go. This is the weekly chart. So yeah, on the weekly chart, I think down is the direction, but eventually up, right? Because this looks corrective. Okay, that looks like an impulse. This looks corrective. I think, this is setting the stage for more upside, but I think the weekly is going down for a while. Okay, so I see down on the weekly. Let's get on the daily chart here. Two ideas here. You could get a local on the daily. You could get a local pump. I think it's probably another hit to the low and then a pump here that's going to create this as some kind of a three-wave back to the upside. It could get a lot more complicated than that, right? It could up, down and then up on the daily, and so allow time for that final, down move. So there's some. I think this wave has more down to go, but what you're going to get in here is probably some trash, a trash corrective pump, and then a dump. That's the daily. Looking at 4-hour chart for you on the Euro USD, just looking at it. Just looking at that. It's hard. This wave structure doesn't look great. This looks three-way. Oh, sorry. 4-hour. This looks three-wave-ish. I would predict a short is what I'd be looking for right now. Might be a short-lived short, but I think the short could come and take the low out. Doesn't have to. It could come back up and create a bigger three-way and then down. That's probably what I would expect to see. If I had to guess, that would be my trading idea. Some kind of down, and then a revisit here, probably a break of that trend line, and then a rollover and come down again. Something like that. And then maybe a larger push to the upside. It's going to move the way the market likes to move, create some kind of larger something and then eventually down. And so that could be the next, price action for the next several months, right? So that's kind of what I would see. But tomorrow's trade, probably short, then into a long eventually. You gotta look and see, I'd be looking for a short here into a long. That'd be and then we'd have to go from there. Like, what does the market actually do? That's the idea. What does the market actually do? And then look for other trade setup. So you really you can't trade Elliott ideas necessarily blindly. You have to have a scenario, but that looks like a pretty decent short if we get a break, But just this could also pump up the jams a little more. But it looks like RSI is breaking down here in the 1 hour. 15-minute chart. Yeah, I mean, they could go tag the high again and then down. I mean, there's all kinds of things. There's so many things they can do here. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Something like that, probably. Or break down, then come back up, and then down. Something like that. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Your USD. All the best to you. Overall down, then up. That's my local ideas there. I just kind of started focusing on why did I stop forex? Why did I stop trading the forex? I just started focusing on crypto. I just kind of it was just kind of a shift I made over the years. I just kind of grew out of the forex, and I love it though. I mean, I like trading the forex. I mean, I did love it. I mean, I love trading in general. I like all things trading, but yeah, I just kind of started doing. I can short the market. Well, you can short in forex too, but I guess I can hedge in crypto. So can't really hedge on the forex because of all the regulations. Crypto world's a little bit more nefarious. You can trade with VPNs and such. You guys over there in the UK and overseas, y'all can hedge all you want. We can't do it in America. So, I mean, that's not the only reason, but I don't know. I just got focused in on crypto. So, yeah, good. Thanks for the question. Okay, XLM. Let's do XLM. Let's also Keith, are you around? Let me know if you're around. I'll do link as well. You asked me in the chat earlier, and I never got to it. So, all right, let's do XLM. Wow. XLM looks bad, doesn't it? It's coming down a lot deeper than XRP has. It's taken out the low that XRP didn't take out. That's interesting. All of a sudden, we're getting a correction that is very much like this one. A straight up pump and then a big, long, protracted, long move down. It's just slow. They give you hope on every pullback, and then it rolls over and goes down again. And they come all the way back down to the origin of the pump, and then go sideways for a bunch of time. Let's go to the daily chart here. So you had the initial wave here, and then you got a three-wave move, and if this is just a three-wave move back to the upside, all this is, you're going to see a pullback. You're going to see a retest of the highs, probably, but then it's just a protracted, move down that takes 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I just keep seeing this 4-year bear market getting ready to come. It's coming, guys. And then by the end of the decade, it's going to start accumulating, and then, if it's going to last. Now, I think in this bear market, a lot of crypto is going to die off. Things are going to change for us. Some kind of black swan event's coming that everybody's going to blame this on. It's coming, guys. It is. So stay even keeled. Stay grounded. But yeah, could Could we get like a pump like this back to the upside? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why couldn't this go up? Hit the high, and then go down, or even go to all-time highs. I guess it could. It could, right? But just look at that volume. Look at that volume. Boom. It's more volume than that. We're going to get another volume candle that takes us back up to the upside, retesting the high and then down, maybe. Dang. I mean, guys, it's up or down, right? But this looks like what we call a leading diag. In looks like a leading diag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What follows? A 3-wave retrace. Now, A might not be anywhere close to done, but we get an A, a B, and a C. Followed by more downside. But this downside could take a long time, could be protracted in a long time. You see how this one went down, 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 but see how long it took? See how long this took? Especially when it got towards the bottom, it went sideways, down, sideways. That was a long time. Most of the price went down immediately, like a big move down. Gave some hope for a little while, and then just down, down, and then it just went sideways. Boom, 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 boom. Till finally you get your first pump and a long 3-wave pullback. And now we're pumping up again. Okay, here we go, right? Nope. This is just the beginning of sorrows. We get a move up, and then down, and so we get a big move that takes most of it back, some kind of corrective wave, and then it just takes forever. And it takes this low out, right? And it's 3 waves: A, B, C, W, X, Y, whatever it is, right? Doesn't hit 0, just gets as close to 0 as you can without going to 0. And the big boys, they do their final money grab from everybody because they've shaken everybody out, and they do an accumulation, and then boom, boom. And then that's when XLM flourishes. But notice, look at the year. Look at the year. 2025. Right here. Boom. Right there. It's 2025. 2026. Okay. 2027. 2028. Something like that. See? They could easily be a 4-year bear market. Okay? And then have a time of accumulation after the 2028 president, 2028 election. 2029 is the beginning when everything starts going up. Maybe. I don't know. This could take even longer than I've got it drawn. But what that would do is buy time for these guys. Time for them to get their banking system, for the banks to crash, for them to finally get all their money out and transfer and get all the American people for the black swan event, whatever. It just gives time for the new system to be developed and inaugurated and people accepting it. Yeah. So that's XLM. How we doing? me refresh my page. There's nobody chatting here, but that's okay. Y'all are watching me, I guess. I suppose. Yeah. All right. That's XLM. Let's look at SPY from Music. What is it? Music Cliff. Music Life. Sorry, not Music Cliff. Music Life. What's up, buddy? Let's check out SPY. Now, when you say SPY, do you want the SPX? You're welcome. What are you saying thank you for? But you're welcome. I hope the analysis is helpful. Music Life, do you want the SPX? S&P 500 index? What are you wanting? Or do you want this? Okay. Thank you. I'll do. Oh, well, Music Life didn't answer. Answer if you can, buddy. Here comes the SPX here. Here comes S&P 500 index here. Okay. So we got a pretty strong pullback here, but we really haven't got what I'm expecting to see out of a top. I mean, this could be a top, right? It could be, especially if we break. We're kind of threatening to break here, but we're also threatening just to go back up. What I would love to see in a market is just kind of a blow off top where it just kind of blows off up to $7,000 just real fast, and then it comes down equally fast. I think that would be an ideal top for us, though this market doesn't have to top like that. That's a daily chart, because looking at the weekly here, you've got kind of a blow off top. But what we're missing, it seems, is kind of a wave 4 and then a 5, and that's kind of what I want to see happen here, and that would kind of give me a finished look here to this wave. Okay, right there. Got lots of divergences here on the weekly, no doubt about it, but I totally can see another pump to the high. So I'd like to see this develop a little bit more down, boom, and then pump up, creating that triple divergence we like to see at the top, and then down, and then we get a downward move. Yeah, I wish, Keith, you could get your last hurrah. I wish you could, buddy. All right, so that's kind of what I'm looking at. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let's look on the monthly on the SPX here. What's interesting about the SPX is that I don't have, this looks more like a third wave that we're in. 1, 2. Looks like we're kind of in a third wave, right? We get a 4th and then a 5th. So we have a multi-year bear market. A multi-decade bear market. Or we get a major correction here. I don't know. Something where the market comes, and then we get a final boom. I don't know. The only problem with that is that the NASDAQ already has that 5-wave look you like to see. You already got the 5-wave look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or this is the top of 3 and we're in for a 4th. I just don't I kind of think we're done. It just looks so done. The NASDAQ looks more done than the S&P does, but remember, you buy the news and you sell the event. So the news of AI and the news of all the coming technology, they've already bought into it. Now they're going to sell the event. It's happening now. So we have a multi-year bear market. But that right there, that's I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but what's going to happen to the economy? I mean, guys, is it real feasible that this NASDAQ market, the only thing it does is just go straight up forever? I mean, waves don't move like that. I mean, I guess anything could happen, but could we be getting ready to get, some kind of major pullback, or even something like this? That's 20 years. And then we start to see the boom in technologies over the next 20 years. They sell in the initial profits, and then they're buying back again for the next big boom. That might be what we're coming into, something like that. The age of technology. There needs to be a pullback and a depression of some kind, historically, and then later. So you got to understand where you are in history, guys. I know you guys are speculating, looking for things to move faster than they do, but you got to realize that we've been nothing but going up for I don't know how long, and the markets are prepping for a major correction. Major. The charts are showing 5 waves that are finishing. Okay, all of them. There's something coming, major. I don't know when and how. And yes, can there be a blow off top? You better believe there can be. But does it have to? No, it doesn't have to. I'm looking at that chart. I got 5 right there. It's right in front of my face. I got triple divergence on the monthly chart. Triple divergence. It's not good, guys. This is not good. This is saying we're topping. We are topping. So I don't know what to tell you guys, but the NASDAQ doesn't look good. So if I use the NASDAQ to help me understand the S&P, I think, guys, I think we're topping. How far we can go? We could pump up to 7K. We could just pump up to 6. I don't know. I know XRP on the small time frame is breaking its structure. That's a break of structure in my world right there. We'll see if it holds. All right, we're rounding out the end of the live stream here. Let me do let me do some link analysis here for my brother Keith. Link doesn't look good at all, does it? That's a huge wick, dude. That is a huge monthly wick. I hope you get a pump for the end of the end of this month looks good. Oh man, that does not look good. That looks like a 5th wave. That looks done. Dang. They didn't give you the target. Well, you took some profit though. You weren't too greedy, were you? They gave you that final pump. Dang. You could get this. But man, I tell you what, Link looks bad. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It's also broken. It's also broken. That broke. That's bad. I mean, that's a real bad sign right there. It doesn't mean it can't come up and make another high, but just the wave structure doesn't look good, brother. I'm sorry. You can't be certain. Here, it came down, it broke, and then it took the high again. So I mean, there's a time where you got a three wave, and then it back took the high, and then down. So I mean, anything's possible. So yeah, I think it's possible you get another break to the upside. Yeah, anything's possible. 4 hour. That wave structure just does not look good. But this might be... ABC. Let's finish. I would hope for you that this is some kind of wave 4 and this is 5. Or some kind of WX and then you get a Y wave. And then you get a retest or an ABC. A retest and then down. So I think you'll probably get another chance later. There'll be some kind of revisit of these highs. You're going to have to be patient for it. But it may be scary as crap coming down. I don't know. It's going to be scary. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't like the way that looks. That doesn't look good to me at all. That looks very bearish. But at least this low looks like it's going to be taken. That low looks like it's going to get taken. Now, what happens after that, how far it dumps, I can't say. That might be all you get. And then, shoot, that could be A, B, C. I hope that's what you get. And then you got to take your profit up there. I think, I would think you would have to. Well, I don't know. You don't have to, but. I have to see how the wave structure gets up there if it goes back. We'll have time to look at that, Keith. Yeah, slice. That's exactly what it looks like. I mean, for us in the Elliott world, head and shoulders is nothing more than a 1-2 or an AB. Okay, so in the Elliott world here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C, right? And so there's your 4, 5, A, B, so that's your head and shoulders. That's your W pattern. Right? That's all there is. That's all that is. All right. I think I've covered everybody's requests. Oh, CRV. There's CRV. Let me look at Daniel and CRV here. And can you look at comp coin? I don't know that coin. It's probably a crap coin is what it is. So I'm not going to have anything to say, but I'll look at CRV and comp coin here. Yeah, this is a tough one. What's happening here? I mean, this is a tough one because, I mean, this is clearly looks like 3 waves. And that line didn't hold. In fact, it broke, retested it. It's, we're hanging in the balance here, man. But if I were to guess, we're going to see this move, and then this move, and then that move. And that's a 3, 3, and then some kind of 3. CRV. Yeah, I mean, it's totally possible that that is 3 waves, and this could go up and start pumping. You could have an alt season and it starts pumping. Yeah, it's totally possible. But there's no wave structure here for me to... So, yeah, we could get that final hurrah. But with the analysis on the rest of the market, I just don't have a lot of hope. This does not look good here. Yeah, you can get one more pump to the high, boom, take it out, and then boom, A, B, and it just takes forever. Slow death. So I don't know. Depends on what Bitcoin does. CRV is not super helpful. This price action, I'm not sure what to tell you. It's not. It has a chance to be bullish, but I'm not convinced. Hard to say. All right, there's CRV. Okay, comp is a DeFi coin. Okay, well, I mean, DeFi has good chances for in the future world, but I don't know. Weekly chart. Not a lot of wave structure here to go by. Yeah, I mean, you had a pump, and now we, guys, this has all the hallmarks of that right there, man. Get another hit to the high and then down. That's what we're looking like. I mean, I suppose we could go up for another pump. It could. But we're looking just like that wave structure there. Probably going to revisit the lows here. And even break that low. I wouldn't be surprised to see a break of that low. Guys, I'm bearish right now. I am. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't retest the highs. I'm just like, overall, the macro charts are kind of bearish unless they change. And they have it. We got the next week to look at it. So, all right, guys. I've enjoyed being with you. Thanks for dropping by the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Hope the analysis was good. Oh, you want to look at LTC? I just saw that come in. Okay, LTC. Final chart here, guys. LTC just for fun. Funsies. Weekly chart. I mean, I'm very bearish on LTC. I don't believe in it anymore. I really don't. This looks very corrective. It's just corrective. I mean, yeah, it pumped a little bit, but it's just LTC doesn't have any power anymore. It's just not going anywhere. I see that best a little bit of a pump and then more down. I don't see it going anywhere right now. This looks very corrective. Could it pump some more? It could surprise me and keep going. Then all of a sudden the chart looks different. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, have a great time. I'd love to see you in the Discord. Love to have you. Join the Patreon. We'd love to get you in there. I hope you all have a fantastic night. Thanks for stopping by the channel, guys. All the best to you in the new year to come. Be safe. We'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.